Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. The Ethereum Festival puzzle event as well as some other stuff all around Ethereum just went live, and we can apparently get Gilly in a box. That's pretty funny. As always, you can find timestamps to jump to those parts that interest you the most. We're gonna get started with the puzzle event. Again, I have to say that I'm not really happy with the puzzle event. You need 15 out of 16 tasks again to get a new miner, which is the Terminal Ethereum. This one can of course not be sold in the marketplace, and it comes with 27.5p and 8% bonus power, but you don't get it when you do the 15 tasks, of course not. Like last time, you only get the normal version of this with 10p. So if you are very unlucky and you do all of the 15 tasks, and this is the last golden card that are standing here around, you didn't get this one, then the puzzle event again is way too expensive for what it gives, and I think it's kind of useless to try to get 15 tasks done and not have a chance to get like 16 tasks done, because the only thing that makes this entire puzzle event worth it is this golden card here. So if you are unlucky enough to not get it by doing 15 tasks, then now you would need to exchange 98 roller token, because 15 tasks already requires you to either exchange 64 roller token and open 98 lucky cases. So if you are doing either of these ones, then of course you wouldn't need to exchange 98 roller token. But if you don't open these cases, then that would be the case that you would need to exchange this many already, and then at the end, if you don't get the golden card, you would need to open like a lot of these cases. I really hope that they are going back from this kind of approach for puzzle events, because this is ruining it for everyone who's kind of free to play, and for everyone who liked those puzzle events before. Now probably you dislike them, and I don't think that's a really good approach for this kind of event, because in the long run this will lead to people not actually participating here anymore, and I think that is a huge problem, because usually puzzle events was the one thing that people went to and had a lot of fun inside of the week, and now this kind of event is something I do not personally look forward to anymore, and that is a big problem for a lot of people probably. So I hope that they are going back on the choice of 15 out of 16 tasks. This one to begin with is really bad, and the other thing that they changed, what I think is really unfair or really bad, is if you get to this point, you kind of are not having 100% guarantee that you're getting the best reward from the puzzle event. So basically now it's an all-in approach, or you just do nothing. So either you participate here and you have the chance to go 16 out of 16 rewards to make sure that you're getting this big card here, or you're basically just doing nothing and you only play like those games here and you try to gamble this. But I don't recommend at all anymore at the moment to participate in the puzzle events, and I think that's really sad, because I absolutely love the puzzle events how they were before. That being said, if you participate and you get all of those miners that you can see here as a golden card and the last reward with 15 out of the 16 tasks, then you can make this a tier 3 version. And I have to say that this miner is really good actually. It has 75p on level 3 and it comes with 18% bonus power, and if you happen to get one of them on level 2 already from the golden card and the other one you would need to make it, then the merge itself is quite good. It has a reasonable price for that, because you save on one level 2 miner that you don't need to make it anymore, and you would need to spend basically only one time the level 2 and one time to make it level 3, and at that point it is quite good priced for this kind of mining power here and the bonus power. But obviously what I don't think it's good is that you need to spend like an infinite amount of your cryptocurrency from mining or wherever you get it from. So either you put money inside of the system, or you have a big account already that gives you like whatever Dogecoin, whatever you are mining, enough to exchange a lot of token so that you can purchase the miner. And I think that is a kind of issue now, because now we need to exchange a lot more. That makes this miner, even though the merge is good, quite expensive in currency talking. So you have a lot of roller token, you could technically merge this, but now on the contrary, you now need to spend your cryptocurrency. So it's slightly worse than before, I would say, because roller token you can get a lot more than cryptocurrency obviously, and now that the cryptocurrency is skyrocketing at the moment, I don't think it's quite a good idea to exchange too much of it at the moment. So we will need to wait it out until they change the puzzle events back to what they were like 1 month ago or something. The last 4 to 5 puzzle events I think it was, where it was this kind of approach where it was really bad, and let's see what will happen in the next couple months. Obviously there's no conclusion videos lately, so let's just claim the stuff here and get our temporary bonus power cards. That basically is what happened at last time too. And there we go. We now have some other stuff that we could potentially do, like exchange 1 roller token and maybe opening 5 cases, but I would definitely not recommend to do much more inside of this puzzle event, because the rewards that you are getting here are kind of so la. They are not really great. Guess the card miner has 0% bonus power, for example. So even if you go for 7 rewards, I don't think it's worth your whatever, like 5 roller token that you need to exchange and or opening lucky cases in these quantities. So definitely nobody should aim for 7 tasks. It's, like I said, an all-in approach, or you just skip this event again. Another thing ongoing is the Unreal Ethereum packages, and these ones are quite good in my opinion. Here you can spend Ethereum in all of them, and you can choose in between some certain currencies that you see here, like Dogecoin and Solana. In the first package you get this miner already 4 times merged on tier 4, and also the stuff that you would need to make it the tier 6 version. And on level 6 this miner is completely insane. It has 150p and 65% bonus power. It costs you on top of the package price only a couple of those roller tokens, and you could make this a crazy miner for your room. And also this one is only a 1 cell miner as far as I see it here. So this one takes only 1 tiny slot inside of your room, like the mining queen. And this one, for being 1 cell, is insanely strong. And the other packages that you can see down here, you can also purchase for Dogecoin, Ethereum and Solana. And this first package here, even for other currencies that you can see here, this one costs you like $1.60 approximate to get one of the copies, and the next packages obviously get a little bit less expensive per miner talking. So you could technically either purchase this upper package here, which is by far the most expensive one, but you in the long run will save a lot of roller token because you get them already on tier 4 times. So you basically don't need to merge this one here 16 times and the next one like 8 times and so on. So you basically just save the part cost and the roller token cost in exchange for more cryptocurrency. Or what you can do, if you want to save your cryptocurrency and you have a lot of roller token, then you go with this package here twice, and then you would need to spend 540 Dogecoin instead of 1.2k. But obviously you would now need to purchase the epic fans and also the legendary fans, and you would of course need to merge these ones here to level 4, all of them. So you basically spend a lot more roller token, but at least you're not spending your cryptocurrency at this point. So the choice is yours again. Like in the last package, this is quite good that you can actually purchase a lot of copies for way less cryptocurrency and need to spend more of the roller token in the long run. And of course it's really great that you have the choice not to spend more of the cryptocurrency if you happen to not have the roller token. Another thing ongoing is a crafting offer, and this one is again really good. I'm super surprised that lately we have only really good crafting offers. The best thing that you can craft here is the dark energy with 10p and 3% bonus power, and this one comes already merged on tier 4. So I would recommend, if you have still some of these blueprints left, that you can craft this one here once. And if you happen to have a lot of blueprints, then might be now the chance for you to get a lot of roller token in exchange for those ones, because a lot of people are running out of the blueprints at the moment and they keep rising in price again. So that is very cool. So either way you can use the crafting offer to your advantage. Either you're selling these things or you are crafting the miner for your account, and the crafting price also is relatively low. It costs you only 85 for the hashboards and only 1 roller token, so very good craft. Also it can be resold in the marketplace, which is also always a good indicator for seeing if it's good craft or not. The next thing is the Tron miner. This one cannot be sold in the marketplace. It's a little unfortunate, but at least it is also not as expensive because you're saving the blueprints. It costs you only 85 of the green parts and only half a roller token to craft this. 5p almost and 3% bonus power. Very solid craft in my opinion. And the next thing, the lowest one, is the ping pong with 500k in mining power and 0.5% bonus power. And even though this is quite inexpensive, I don't think that this amount of bonus power is quite worth it to craft this one. So maybe you should just skip on the ping pong, save your hashboards and also your 0.2 roller token at this point for a craft that maybe comes with at least 1 to 2% bonus power again, like this one here, the Tron miner. Another thing ongoing is the festival box day 1, and here, funny enough, Gilly the hamster inside of the box, and here's like an exclamation mark. It says 10x, so maybe there's a limited amount of Gillies that can be inside of this box. I'm not quite sure about that, but it seems to be a different version of Gilly. So even if you are having Gilly already one time, then now you can have him a second time if you're lucky enough to get him out of this box. At least that's what has been said in the Discord. We can get quite some good stuff from here. We have like a lot of zeros here for 3 Ethereum. This costs you like $1.60 if I'm not mistaken, and you can get as much as 0.05 Ethereum out of the box. Obviously, it is quite unlikely that you will get any really good stuff from here. The golden loot has 14% chance to appear in the first place, and then obviously these kinda clusters here have different loot chances. For example, the Etherial, this one will have the highest percentage or the highest weight out of the legendary drop chances. So if you're getting legendary, then it might only be the Etherial or maybe the Sprout Ether, and maybe here like you get your money back from the Ethereum box, you can open another one, but it is very unlikely to get the higher Ethereum drops like those ones here that you see up. Maybe these ones have 0.1% chance to drop or something. Meanwhile, the Etherial probably has like 90% if you get this loot from the legendary in the first place. And the other stuff you can see here, the epic ones, rare and common, obviously have a different weight, so it's applying the same thing basically. If you get the white ones, you might get a lot more camera miners than you would get, for example, the Gandhi Splitty, and then vice versa here, the Survivor Relic instead of the Libre Mine, because obviously the better miners will have less chance in general. And here you get the Sprout Ether, which is the new miner inside of the golden category, and this one is completely crazy. It costs basically nothing to merge it actually to higher tiers, and it comes at crazy mining power at that point. The only thing that is quite expensive is the Unreal version, but all of the rest of the merges are very reasonable and quite cheap for the stats that they give. The Unreal version has like 260p and 50%, but as you can see here, it costs you one of the golden hashboards, which is quite expensive on the marketplace at the moment, and you would need to make this one of course only one time, but you need 32 copies, which means you are now depending on your luck basically to get enough copies of this one from the chest, which costs you $1.60 each. And as I said, maybe this is relatively unlikely to get this Sprout Ether every time you're getting something golden, so maybe every 3 or 4 golden drops you will get one of those, and it's only 14% to get legendary in the first place, so you might need to open a couple hundred chests, and then you already can make the math. It's gonna get really expensive really quickly if you're unlucky enough, and if you are super lucky, then even then you would need to merge this like with a lot of roller token investment. So I don't think anyone should actually aim to get this to tier 6, but maybe to tier 4 or tier 3 or something, because that's reasonable. You have like still the luck dependence in that case, but at least not as much, and it's still a very reasonable good miner for this kind of prices that you see here with the merging. And the only thing that you would need to spend is your Ethereum here. If you have it from mining, then that's really great. I do not actually recommend you now go ahead and just put money into the system or deposit your Ethereum to try to gamble this. If this Sprout of Ethereum miner would be something you could flat buy with Ethereum, then maybe you could do that with an actual deposit, but because this is gambling, I generally talking would not recommend to put any money down into the system for this, and to basically only spend what you have inside of your account that you can afford to lose. Another thing ongoing is the festival race, and this one goes hand in hand with those loot boxes we were just talking about. Here you need to open festival boxes to get 1000 of the points, so even if you are opening lucky cases with roller token inside that you need to open for the puzzle events, they will not count. You need to, or you have to open this kind of box here where Gilly can be inside, otherwise the points will not count towards the race tournament and you're gonna waste your roller token, and I don't recommend that. And here you can get 20p in mining power and 10% bonus. The miner itself is really good. Also rank number 1 gets 30 roller token as well as 8 of these yellow fans here, and that means again inside of the marketplace in 21 hours from the moment I'm recording this, the yellow fans will drop in price again, because everyone who's rank number 1 will dump them in the marketplace, and that means we can buy them for cheap if we still need some legendary fans, and that's really good. And other than that, I don't think that too many people are going to participate here, because in the end we need to open those lucky boxes that I just was talking about here with the Ethereum, and most people might not have Ethereum inside of their accounts at the moment because we were mining like other stuff. But if you happen to have it, then you could try to, at least at the end of the race tournament, to try to enter here, to not have too much competition of these crazy big accounts that gonna open like 100 boxes or something, so that you in the end will stand a chance. As always, thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have any more questions, leave them down in the comments below, and I see you in the next one. Bye!